Good morning, everybody. It's Malcolm here with Alpha Athlete Training and Coaching, and I have got two things today. I've got a little bit of an announcement, just a breakthrough in my life that I wanted to let people know about, and then secondly, a declaration or proclamation of what I'm committing to, because I want to put it out there just for an extra layer of accountability. And so, first thing is, those of you who know me are familiar with some of my background in terms of my health, and I grew up with chronic upper respiratory infections, had 5 sinus surgeries growing up, tonsils taken out, biopsies done on my lungs. My last semester, last half of the year of 7th grade, I was homeschooled because I wasn't there enough in class, and so just being homesick and that sort of thing. So anyway, fast forward to December of 2023 now, long time later. A doctor that I had seen, a lung specialist that I had seen, recommended that I go to National Jewish Cystic Fibrosis Clinic. And anyway, so I went there in December, and the doctor, Dr. Lomach, asked me a lot of questions, and we went and kind of reviewed my health history. And one of the things that I've known since I think high school, early college years, is that I had one positive gene for cystic fibrosis. And in order to have a clinical diagnosis of cystic fibrosis, you have to have 2 positive gene mutations for cystic fibrosis. And so I knew that I had one, and so I was told that I was a carrier that displayed some cystic fibrosis symptoms. And anyway, so the lung specialist that did that test recommended in 2020, I think right around the time that I got COVID. I'm assuming I had COVID, I never got tested. But anyway, he recommended that I go to the National Jewish Hospital Cystic Fibrosis Clinic, and he told me that treatment for cystic fibrosis has come a long ways, and then that even if I don't have it, they could probably recommend some treatments that would help me a lot. And so I put it off, procrastinated, and in September got real sick, and that was kind of a kick in the pants. I actually found out that I went to the urgent care clinic to get some antibiotics, and they took my pulse oxygen, and I was at 80%, which typically anything below 90, they want you in the hospital. And so they sent me to the emergency room. I was in the hospital for 3 days with pneumonia in multiple locations in my lungs. And so that was kind of the kick in the pants that I needed to follow through on going to the cystic fibrosis clinic. And so anyway, did that, had that initial consultation, and they also tested my lung function. My lung function was at 41% of what it should be for a healthy adult my age. So that was another kick in the pants, and that was in mid-December. And so anyway, that being said, they scheduled some tests and talked to me about, one of the number one priorities is airway clearance, so getting the junk out of your lungs. And since being a college athlete, after wrestling was done for me, I didn't have any reason to stay in good cardio shape, and so I let the cardio side of my training slide big time. And then over the last, I'd say 10 years, I've kind of avoided cardio, mostly due to the fact that it makes me cough so much, and it just makes me miserable. And so anyway, that was a big part of our conversation, was increasing cardiovascular exercise. And so I came home, I got to work in the home gym here with the treadmill and the assault bike. Started doing some workouts every morning, including cardio, not fully, I'm not going for training for a marathon or anything like that, which maybe in the future, we'll see. But anyway, started doing cardio and got my test done. And then in my follow-up, they did the lung function test. And so, like I said, I was at 41% before. I brought it up to 53%. So I improved my lung function by 12%. But then the 2 tests that they did, one, they dug up an old test from my urologist that did a genetic screening. And then secondly, they did a sweat chloride test. And so what they were looking for in the genetic test was 2 positive cystic fibrosis gene mutations, and they found 2. So that being said, that alone was enough for a clinical diagnosis. And then the sweat chloride test, cystic fibrosis ultimately is a mutation of a gene that affects the sodium chloride channels in your cells, especially the cells that produce mucus in your body. And what it ends up causing is excessive and thick mucus production in your lungs, sinuses, digestive system, sweat, things like that. And so the sweat chloride test came back positive as well. So I had 2 positive diagnoses for cystic fibrosis. And so the treatment plan, there's a a great pharmaceutical medication called Trikafta that I'm in the process of being approved for. It's a very, very expensive medication, so it's not just something they call into the local pharmacy and you get. It's about $360,000 a year, so it goes through an approval process with insurance and all that stuff. So I don't know exactly when I'm going to get that, but I want to do the very best that I can to improve my lung function as much as possible, do the necessary things to take care of myself. One of the things that they originally prescribed after my initial consultation was doing a nebulizer with a saline solution. So I've been doing that typically at least once a day, if not twice a day. And then after I got the diagnosis, I got prescribed a vest. And the vest is a specialized vest to wear that has impact points, and it basically vibrates your lungs. So there's 2 here, 2 lower on the lungs, and then 2 on the back, 2 lower on the back. And they just vibrate and beat on your chest and back, and it helps to loosen up the phlegm. So I do that while I'm doing the nebulizer. And then typically what I'll do is I'll get up early in the morning, do that, and then come and work out. And that really is show me it's very effective to get the junk out of my lungs. But anyway, all that being said, so that's the update. And then what I'm putting out there for that layer of accountability, like I said, is starting today, I am doing 75 hard. And so had my first workout, just got that done. And I'm going to be posting the combination of whatever I do for the first workout and then the second workout. I'm going to be posting in the short section of my YouTube channel every day for the 75 days. So I've never done that before. I've never posted consistently. And so that's one thing I'm going to do. Again, I'm going to have to learn because I've never really posted a whole lot, but also like a conglomerate video of what I'm doing, especially in the short section. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there, everybody, and not super relevant to most of you guys, but just wanted to, again, that second layer of accountability. And I'll be posting my progress with that, with going through 75 hard, maybe a few video log updates of how things are going. And anyway, all that being said, I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for all the junk that I went through in the past with my health, and it's helped to shape me to who I am today. And coming up with this diagnosis, it's nice to actually finally, once in my life, have an answer and a treatment plan, because I went through so many doctors that some of them just threw up their hands and said, I don't know what to do. Can't figure out what's wrong. So anyway, glad to have that diagnosis and, like I said, a clear path for managing what I've dealt with for the last 40 years. And anyway, hope everybody has an awesome, awesome day, and think strongly, attempt fearlessly, and accomplish masterfully.